Sportsbet is powered by BetOnline, driving the opening odds market since 2001. Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A+ rated platform in the link below.
Big game breakdown. Spurs and the Raptors in Toronto tonight. Friday night NBA. Nothing but Raptors money. Toronto up to -6. We've seen some over money as well. 206, the current total in this ballgame, but the big move has been towards Toronto. And this is a Raptors team, we start talking about all the squads that are struggling in the top of the East, with the Celtics losing at home last night and the Cavaliers showing no signs that they're going to flip the switch and turn it on. And Washington going through an ugly slide themselves, say, maybe Toronto could do it. Maybe this is the Raptors' year. They're only 2.5 games out of the number one seed in the East. And guess what? When you look at this point spread, Toronto's getting respect from the betting markets in a way that I haven't seen ever. I mean, certainly not in the last 20 years. I don't know if the Raptors have laid 6 points to the Spurs in the last 20 years. I look back the last 10 meetings, it wasn't close, and I'm sure the 10 before that weren't close unless San Antonio was sitting everybody. But this is the point spread that is clearly showing respect for Toronto. It's not like San Antonio is bad. 30-16, number 2 in the NBA defensively, only 2 games behind Houston. Well, 2.5 games behind Houston after the Rockets won last night, despite the constant shuffling in the lineup for Popovich. There's been no continuity for San Antonio so far this season. When you talk about spots, though, not a great spot for the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard out indefinitely. 14 court changes in their last 15 ball games. When you have that type of a scheduling stretch, that means limited practice time. You're not sleeping in your own bed for extended stretches and then getting back there and then leaving right again. In general, when teams go through these rough stretches where they're, one court change after the next for months on end, it really does start to wear on them. I think we might be seeing signs of that from San Antonio. But even with all of that, Spurs are still hanging around. They're still winning games. And the key has really been LaMarcus Aldridge finding his game again. When you look at Aldridge last year compared to this year, different player. Completely different player. Greg Popovich talking about why it went bad for Aldridge in the first place. As discussions went on, of course, him and Aldridge sat down like Popovich does, like a man, sat down and talked face to face, make comments in the press. He's not Phil Jackson. He's Greg Popovich. Quote, as discussions went on, it became apparent to me that it really was me. He'd been playing in the league for 9 years. I'm not going to turn him into some other player. I could do some things defensively or rebounding wise, but on offense, I was going to move him everywhere. That was just silly on my part. Total overcoaching. So we took care of it, and he's been fantastic. This is one of the many reasons why we love Greg Popovich. How many coaches say, yeah, I was stupid, I was wrong, didn't get it right? Pop will do that. And note the improvement from LaMarcus Aldridge. But he's not the only guy that's made a key play change this season. What about DeMar DeRozan? We've talked about this on Sportsbet a couple of times, but it's worth mentioning again here. DeRozan's three-point shooting, a guy who's never been a three-point shooter in his career. He worked on it all offseason. Lo and behold, the percentage is way up. The three-pointer shooting per game, way up. The effective field goal percentage, way up. DeMar DeRozan's the most underrated superstar in the NBA right now. And the Raptors up to number 4 in offensive efficiency right now, 110.3 points per 100. You look at the defensive numbers, Toronto's number 4 in offense. Look at the defense, number 5 defensively. And this has been steady, consistent strides for Toronto in that regard in recent seasons. You don't want to put too much on this, but there's only 2 teams in the NBA that are top 5, both offense and defense. One of them is the Golden State Warriors. The other one is the Toronto Raptors. Toronto, not a team I have any interest in stepping in front of, even against a quality foe like San Antonio.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.